Hi guys, Louis here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you and talking about Lingq. So this is a Lingq review, and I'm going to be answering the question of, is Lingq actually worth it? Can you actually get fluent in the language that you're learning using just Lingq? And by the way, Lingq is absolutely a tool that I recommend, and if you want to get credits for free, you can actually click the link in the description to get free credits. So now, why is Lingq worth it, and why is it better than some other tools? Now, I should mention first that if you're someone who does not like to read, Lingq is definitely not for you. And I know that a lot of younger people like myself, they don't really like to read, but so it may not be for you. If you really like to read, then this Lingq can definitely be a very powerful option to get you to a fluent level, depending on how much time you invest. And I'm going to talk about sort of the number of hours that you should invest in order to get to a fluent level in the language, just using Lingq. But so here I'm on the website, and as you can see, the main value proposition of Lingq is learn languages from content you love. And I should add some information here. As I said, Lingq is mostly for learning languages by reading, but there are a few articles and lessons that you can do on Lingq. Well, there's a lot of them depending on the language that you choose, that have audio content as well, audio alongside with the written content. So that's the main value proposition. You can get started for free, but again, there's a link in the description of this video, and you will be able to get credits on Lingq for free. Alright, so there are multiple languages available, pretty much anything that you can imagine, and you can learn here. It says from books, podcasts, news, business. I think the most common use case for Lingq is actually learning from online articles. You can certainly learn from books and so on, and if you don't want to use your own articles, and I think most people use their own articles, I mean I personally do, you can actually go on the Lingq website, and I'll show you the library in a second, but there are a bunch of articles. Actually, I can show it to you right now. Here I'm on an article, but I'm going to close it, and as you can see, it's loading right now. I think my internet has a bit of a problem. I'm just going to pause. Okay, yeah, it's back. So here you have the Lingq library, stuff that I started doing, just for testing. It's just get started in Japanese. I have it set up to Japanese, but you can definitely learn multiple languages with Lingq just using, the same account. It's not going to cost you more. And so you have the lessons, you have mini stories here, and the mini stories have audio as well as written content. You have trending content, which is mostly like articles that have been imported by other people. Some of them have audio, some of them do not, and people put likes, and so how trending, how good it actually is. But to be honest, I find it sort of it's a bit misleading. Articles that other people have liked, I'm not necessarily going to like. So, and another useful thing as well, if you're a power user of Lingq, if you become a power user of Lingq, is that on every single lesson here, you can see the number of new words that you will learn in the lesson if you actually consume, if you read the article. And you will see the number of known words and the number of links, which are, the words that you are currently learning. That's the term that they use. So, and you have a bunch of stuff here. So that's basically it. That's the library. You have a bunch of articles. Now, personally, what I like to do is to actually import my own articles, because I like to learn languages using content that is, relevant to me. So that's essentially what it is. A bunch of articles. I'm going to click on one of them. Let me look for something interesting. Oh yeah, no, this is YouTube. Okay, so you would need the Lingq Chrome extension to import that, but I'm not gonna do this right now. By the way, there is a Chrome extension for Lingq that you can use. It's called Lingq Importer. Here you can install it, and if you have an account with Lingq, and again, there's a link in the description if you want to have free credits for Lingq, if you want to sign up. but then you'll be able to actually download this Chrome extension, which makes it very easy for you to import articles from websites like this one, for example, NHK News. If you're learning Japanese, you can import articles just by clicking the extension, and it's going to import it in Lingq. It's going to set it up for you, but it's not 100% necessary. Alright, so I'm on Lingq here, and I'm going to click on an article. You know what, I'm just going to go on that one here. It's a lesson, just to show you what it looks like, and this is basically the article page. Alright, so this is the article page, and you have the title of the article. Here it's not really an article, it's a lesson, so there are a bunch of lessons. So if you're really like beginning in a language, you don't need to just start reading articles from the start. There are lessons to get you started. But you have the article, and you can click on a word, and as you can see, the words that I supposedly don't know, here I have just a test account, so it's showing me all of the words. It seems like I don't know any of the words, but I can click on the blue word here, atarashi, and then it's going to play the sound for me. Oh wait, I need to take an action here, add one of the popular meanings. Yeah, hello. Okay, so I'm gonna click on it, and it should have played the sound. I don't know what happened here, but I can click here. Okay, there you go. I think the internet is slow. Atarashi. Alright, and so then now that I've actually clicked it, I can see the popular meanings on the right, which is different from just Google Translate. It's, the community essentially adds a bunch of translation that are more adapted to that particular word or context. And that's basically it. Once I have clicked over a word, what I can do is just see the stage at which that word is, and it becomes a word that I have saved in my Lingq database. And then what I can do is I can go to my flashcards, and now I'm not really sure where the flashcards are, because recently Lingq actually did this new interface. It's a new interface which is much better than the previous one. I'm gonna go to my flashcards. Let me see. Well, to be honest, I don't know where they are, but I'm not gonna show them anyways. You know what? It's not really that interesting. Oh wait, vocabulary here. There you go. Due for review. Okay, that's what I'd like. That's what I used to have. Due for review. So here you can see that I actually don't have anything due for review. So all these here would all of the words and the phrases that I have learned, that I have clicked on in the lessons, they would appear in this due for review sort of tab, and then I can review them as flashcards. And the good thing is that here you can see the mention SRS. It's a spaced repetition system. It's a flashcard system that is optimized for long-term retention. And so that's one major drawback if you're just learning by, if you're just reading and expecting that you're going to learn a language with, for example, a Kindle, and you just look up words, and you just read articles online. If you just look up words, you're not going to remember most of the words long term, and that is because 50% of the words, for example, in the book actually only appear once in that book. And the problem with this is that you don't have enough opportunities to actually learn that word enough, and just meet that word in different contexts to really have it in your memory. And so that's why the SRS system, the flashcard system here, completely integrated with Lingq. If you click on a word, you can add it to your flashcards. This is very, very powerful, and that's, in my opinion, one of the most powerful features of Lingq. Alright, so I'm gonna go back on the home page here to show you some more features, and essentially that's what it says here: dramatically increase your vocabulary. That's what I talked about. They talk about the spaced repetition system that you can see here. I don't have any words due, but I would basically have like flashcards appearing here with the words that I learned in the articles. Now, if you don't know what spaced repetition system is, it's actually a very well-known sort of scientific principle. You can type it on the internet, spaced repetition, and it's going to show you a bunch of graphs, and I'm going to explain that in a second. But yeah, so spaced repetition, as you can see on this graph here, I'm going to open it, and here you can see that if you learn a word on Lingq, okay, this graph is not necessarily for Lingq, but it's it's applicable to spaced repetition in general. If you learn a word on day 1, for example, then you know it here, you know it very well. This is like how well you know the word, but very quickly on day 2 you're going to forget it, and if you don't do anything about it, the forgetting curve is going to make it so that you actually will forget about that word pretty quickly. And this applies to about 50% of the words in any article or book that you read. They're only going to appear once. And even if a book, if a phrase or a word actually appears just twice or 3 times, that's not enough repetitions of the same word to really give you enough opportunities to understand it and really memorize it and really have it in your mind. So what Lingq does is, through that spaced repetition system, through that flashcard system, which is integrated with all of the lessons, all of the articles, even those that you would import, then they make it, you're going to read that word, so you're going to learn it, and then using the flashcard system you're going to review it, and then forget it a little bit, and then review it again, and then the curve is going to get flattened out, and so on. But thanks to that spaced repetition system, thanks to that flashcard system, you're pretty much guaranteed that you're going to remember the words and the phrases that you read in Lingq, which is very, very powerful. Alright, so this is definitely true. You will dramatically increase your vocabulary, and if you're wondering how long does it take to actually get fluent with Lingq, and you can definitely get fluent with Lingq, according to Dr. Paul Pimsleur, you need to master the 5,000 most common words in language if you want to be considered fluent in a conversation, because with the 5,000 most common words, that's going to represent about 98% of all the words that you can find in a language, in the daily use of a language. And so 5,000 words, if you read an article every single day, I think it's fair to say that there are going to be about 10 new words, or even more if you're a beginner. So you make sure that you read 1 article a day on Lingq, and you make sure that you do the flashcards on Lingq as well, so that you remember those words in the long term. And 10 new words a day, so just 1 article a day for a year and a half, that's going to add up to 5,000 words after a year and a half. If you do that, if you read that 1 article a day and you do the flashcards. Now, I don't want you to underestimate this. This is actually a pretty big task, because on Lingq, reading articles is fun and all, but once you get to the flashcards, it's going to be a lot less fun, but it's going to be very effective, which is why I recommend that you actually do it. So this is sort of to give you a timeline of how long it could take potentially if you were to learn a language exclusively using Lingq. Now, I'm still on the home page here, and they talked about vocabulary, they talk about watch your comprehension and confidence grow. Yeah, certainly stay organized and focused all the way to fluency, and this is one good aspect of Lingq as well, is as I showed you, when you have the lessons, sort of your stats, how many new words you can learn in that article, how many links, how many words that you're currently learning are in this article, how many known words are in the article. And so you keep a sort of a very good overview of your stats, and you can actually go here in your, I don't really know what it is with this new interface, but in your profile here, and you can certainly see, it used to be that you could see the number of words that you knew in the language that you're trying to learn. Yeah, so I'm on the website here. I'm on my profile, and I can see the number of known words and you know, the lessons completed, links created, learned words, listening hours. So it's a very, very powerful way of tracking your progress. You will know if you use Lingq a lot, if you're a power user, you will know your stats. And this is a very, very good indicator of your overall progress. I would say if you were to use Lingq to get fluent in the language, keep track of the known words here, and whenever you reach the objective, the first objective should be 2,000, at which point you can have conversations with native speaker with relative ease, and after having 5,000 words, you should definitely be able to have very, very good conversations with native speakers. And Lingq can help you to keep track of that and stay motivated, which is a good thing. Now I'm going to talk about one last thing here, which is tutors, and this is a relatively new feature. It's not completely new, but now you have the possibility of going on the Lingq website, and if I go to the tutors tab here, depending on the language that I have selected, I will be able to see a bunch of Japanese people willing to tutor me. Yeah, so here I have a bunch of Japanese tutors, and you can actually book them. They have a video introduction, and you can see their availabilities. You can talk with them on Skype or whatever you're using. It's pretty similar to italki and Preply, if you're familiar with those websites. You can also, the difference here with italki and Preply is that they can correct whatever you write, so that you're not just learning through reading and listening. You can actually write and get your stuff corrected, or you can have conversations with those tutors and you can see the availability. Not really sure why it's written in Arabic here, but yeah, you can see their availabilities and book lessons with those tutors. So that's pretty much it. I think this was a pretty thorough Lingq review. Again, if you want to get free credits and get a free trial for Lingq, you can click the link in the description. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you in the next video.